You, just like Rosie O'Donnell, have Trump derangement syndrome. And I want to show you something, Piers.
No,
I think, Brian,
you're an idiot.
excuse me, dude, you wouldn't say that shit to my face, so shut up.
Vinny from the PBD podcast went on Piers Morgan Uncensored and absolutely torched two woke idiots here live on this panel, absolutely leaving them stunned and speechless. Let's get into this clip here where Vinny from the PBD podcast annihilates two leftists for their ridiculously woke takes here on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Well, Piers, you nailed it. They have no message, they have no platform, and they won't change course. It's just Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. And I know we're going to get into Rosie O'Donnell leaving in a while. It's just Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, give me your plan. Give me the vision. Okay, Donald Trump talk the talk, and he's walking the walk. And I get it, the economy, everything, we're going to adjust. Everything is adjusting period right now, Piers. But look at what they're doing. Look, like if Bernie Sanders and AOC are the future, where are all these prominent Democrats with voices? You think Jasmine Crockett? And listen, I don't care how many podcasts Gavin Newsom does. That's your future. I wouldn't even give him the platform. If I was Charlie Kirk and them, why make him look good in the light? Look what he's done with California. Look at his resume. Okay, where I'm very curious, as I know you are, Piers. Where are the Democrats that are going to change the party, that have a vision, that aren't going to keep going, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump? Enough of that crap. Sell us on what you're going to make America different than what Trump. What are you going to change that's going to make the country better than what it is right now?
And
Please,
also,
I'm waiting.
Yeah, and Michael, I mean, in a way, Rosie O'Donnell, who Vinny mentioned there, in a way, what she has done.
Look at this soy boy. He's so triggered right now, but it's so true. All they do is complain about Trump. All they do is complain about right-wingers. All they do is complain about the right-wing conspiracy theorists and all this stuff that end up being right basically every single time. And they never have any solutions. Look at what Kamala Harris ran on. She literally ran on the fact that she's not Donald Trump. So did Joe Biden. But just as a more recent example, Kamala Harris had no policies that she ran on. The one policy was no tax on tips that she ever mentioned. And it came from Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the first one to say that, you know? And, you know, she would get asked, how are you going to be different from Joe Biden? And she will just say, oh, well, I'm not Joe Biden. Like, she had nothing. She ran on nothing, no policy. They have no ideas for how to make the country better. All they care about is winning. All they care about is having power. They don't care about making the country a better place. They never did. And it's very obvious in the fact that they never come up with solutions. They only just want to complain about Trump and right-wingers.
Is a perfect illustration, I think, of part of the problem the Democrats have and liberals generally with Trump. She's left the country. I mean, to be honest, fair play to her. She's one of the first liberal celebrities I've known who, having threatened to do it, actually did leave the country. Most of them, like Chelsea Handler, they just pretend they never said it. So she's gone to Ireland. I have to say, as someone who's Irish myself, what did they do to deserve this? But they've got her. And she goes on the big late night show, the Patrick Kilty Late Late Show. And I think we got a clip, have we, of Rosie O'Donnell? Let's take a listen to Rosie O'Donnell here.
I question why the first time in American history a president has won every swing state and is also best friends, and his largest donor was a man who owns and runs the internet.
I played that in the monologue of us, and I'm playing it again, Michael, because it's really worth thinking about what she's saying there. This is the liberal arm of America that has been ranting for 4 years, with good reason, in my opinion, that Donald Trump has refused to accept the result of the 2020 election, and that he's an election denier, he's a democracy slayer, all these kind of things. Unless I'm mistaken, I played it twice, Rosie O'Donnell is sounding very like an election denier. This election, she may as well have said, it was rigged. It was a rigged election. It was stolen. Elon Musk apparently runs the internet, which will be news to Elon Musk, given he only owns one social media platform of the vast internet stratosphere. So, I watched her there thinking, well, here we have somebody literally leaving America because she can't bear to be there with Trump, but also now election denying, saying it was all rigged, etc., etc. None of that is going to make people want to vote Democrat.
Well, everyone knows Elon Musk doesn't run the internet. The internet is run by Al Gore, who also denied the results of an election before Hillary Clinton denied the results of an election, before Stacey Abrams denied the results of an election. So Rosie O'Donnell's argument here is pretty weak. Also, she's just wrong on the facts. She says no president in American history has ever won all the swing states. Ronald Reagan won 49 states in 1984, and he might have won 50. There were some shenanigans in Michigan. So she doesn't know what she's talking about, and that's fine. Plenty of left-wing celebrities have no idea what they're talking about. But the political problem for the Democrats now is that this is the best they've got. You know, at least in 2020, whatever you think about that election, the Democrats did change all the voting rules right before the election. And in some cases, they contradicted state constitutions, like in Pennsylvania with widespread mail-in ballots. And they moved the ballot drop boxes away from county clerk offices. And at least you can understand why people were a little bit curious. This time around, though, no one's really seriously questioning that. So the best the Democrats have is that the rocket ship electric car man somehow zapped his laser from outer space to win Pennsylvania for Trump. Weak stuff, does not bode well for the midterms, does not bode well for 28 for Democrats.
Brian, there's a lot of head shaking going on, Brian.
We had 200.
Well, I'll come to you in a sec, Tara.
Yeah,
I can't ignore the head shaking coming out of Brian.
Well, it's ridiculous. First of all, Hillary Clinton conceded the next day, Michael. The guy that you voted for is the only president in American history.
Dude, I'm so tired of this. I'm just so tired of saying the same thing, hearing the same thing. It's so old. Why are these people obsessed with Donald Trump coming out and saying, hey guys, I lost the election? Do you not think that he maybe accepted the fact that he lost the election by him leaving the White House and somebody else walking in? Whether or not he thinks it was legitimate, he accepted that he lost and he left the White House. He left. Why are they obsessed with him coming out and saying, hey guys, I concede? Why? Why does it matter? Hillary Clinton didn't actually concede, by the way. She said, hey, I lost. But then she continued to say over and over again that the election was rigged, that it was Russia collusion, that Donald Trump is a Russian agent, Russian asset, whatever she said. I don't understand this obsession with Donald Trump coming out and saying the words, I concede. These people are so obsessed with that. I wish he would just say it. Look, if Donald Trump came out and said, I concede the 2020 election, and he also, and also January 6th never happened, these people would have nothing to talk about ever. Those are the two things that they always talk about over and over and over again. And it's so old. It's so bored. Like, I don't understand how Vinny here, like from the PBD podcast and Michael Knowles, they are very good at their jobs, because I wouldn't be able to stay this patient with these people and keep explaining to them why they're wrong on the same things over and over and over again.
That hasn't conceded an election. Excuse me, I'm not done yet. Al Gore went through and exhausted all of his legal. Al Gore exhausted all of his legal capabilities that he could do, and then he conceded as well. Going back to Rosie O'Donnell, Pierce, real quickly. Rosie O'Donnell does not speak for all Democrats, but here's the advice that I would give to her. Don't do what the MAGA buffoons across this country have done. 6 out of 10 Republicans still think that Donald Trump won the 2020 election. But I'll tell you something Rosie O'Donnell won't do. She won't storm the Capitol, Michael.
I knew
and she
it.
Won't beat.
I promise you on everything I love. I did not pre-watch this. You guys know I never pre-watch these clips. They say the same things every single time. It's always Donald Trump didn't concede the 2020 election and January 6th. If neither of those things happened, or if Donald Trump conceded and J6 never happened, they would have nothing to talk about ever. I promise you I didn't pre-watch this. I know exactly what they're going to say every single time. And I said it in the other video that I'm posting today as well, from the same panel from a different time. But this guy right here, you can just tell, this soy boy right here, you could tell his wife runs his household. Can't you just tell by the way he talks that his wife makes more money than him? His wife calls the shots. He calls her the boss whenever referring to his wife to his friends or something. You know, his friends will be like, hey man, you want to come out tonight? And he's like, I would, but you know, the boss told me I can't. You could tell he's that type of guy. Absolute loser.
Police officers, the guy who you support, has pardoned those people and called them patriots. So who cares what Rosie O'Donnell says? She doesn't speak for all Democrats. And don't try to compare election denying to Hillary Clinton, who conceded. Kamala conceded. The guy who you voted for is still the guy who has not conceded the 2020 election.
Talking about
so stop it with your bullshit, okay?
Can I ask him a question? So, Brian, in 2016, the Russia collusion hoax with Hillary Clinton, that wasn't cheating? The hiding Hunter Biden's laptop?
I'll answer that.
None of that is cheating. But wait, let me finish. You, just like Rosie O'Donnell, have Trump derangement syndrome. And I want to show you something, Piers.
No,
I think, Brian,
you're an idiot.
excuse me, dude, you wouldn't say that shit in my face, so shut up. Number one. Number two,
okay,
I think
Jersey
people like
Shore.
you and Rosie O'Donnell should sue mainstream media for what they've done to you. And Piers, I brought some photos of pre-Trump and post-Trump. Look at this. This is Rosie O'Donnell before Trump, right? Nice, good. Look what happens, Piers, with Trump derangement syndrome, all right? Rachel Maddow. Look at how hot Rachel Maddow was. And then look, Trump derangement syndrome. She looks like Stephen Colbert. And then look, Kathy Griffin, someone that I might have hooked up with if I was drunk. They turned her into Carrot Top, okay? That's what it does to you people, okay? You guys have lost your freaking mind. Oh, excuse me, I'm not finished. And Piers, in that interview, she's like, I can't believe sexual assault, because when Conor McGregor came there, she supported Bill Clinton. How many sexual assault rape allegations? Biden the same thing. Biden sniffing kids live on camera all the time. His freaking daughter writes in her diary that her father showered with her at inappropriate ages. She left to freaking Ireland. Do you know what's happening in Ireland, Rosie? Freedom of speech, migration, all the freaking rise in crime. It's unbelievable. And here's my thing, Piers. There's people waiting in line and fighting and dying to come to this country. She wants to leave. To hell with her. Let her give up her spot for somebody else. I have family members that are waiting to come here, Piers. Let them come in, and to hell with her.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny just, he's awesome. I love Vinny. He always, he gets a bit heated, of course, but sometimes it's needed, man. Sometimes it's necessary just to shut these people up. Like I said, they're way more patient than I would be on these panels. Like I would be losing it like Vinny is right here every single time these people speak, because they just say the same things over and over. It's like they haven't gotten a software update in 4 years. They've been saying the same things. And they've been getting proven wrong, and people showing them how stupid they sound over and over again. And they just continue to say it over and over again because, look, one side is after truth, right? One side is on the journey of trying to discover what the truth is. And one side is just trying to say the things that they know will get them paid. These people, they just get paid for contributing to the left-wing echo chamber. And that's what they're going to continue to do. Let me know in the comments you guys think about Vinny absolutely destroying these woke hosts here these woke guests here on Piers Morgan Uncensored. What do you think about Vinny from the PBD podcast versus these woke guests here live on Piers Morgan Uncensored?